moment thing. This is like chain breaking, legacy changing, future generation, like lineage movement thing. Like, you get me? It's surpassing, like, you know, what you currently have now, surpassing what, you know, yes, it's wonderful to be able to do that for our parents and for the current moment and all that stuff and for the present, but it's more than that. It's for our future kids, our future grandkids, our future grandkids, you know, like it's more than that. And then it's also for not just us, but for other people and their legacy and their generations. And it's like, we're thinking too small.
Man, I know Dion just he put it in the chat that he's with little mama and he can't really talk right now, but man, that's thinking too small. Anybody else want to share anything before we get into this training? How did it make you feel? What did you think about that?
It honestly, it just proves to you that this is beyond worth it right here. That this right here works. And if that's not proof enough for people to join in the cause of not just learning how to trade, but changing their lives and those around them, then I don't know what else we could. I don't know what other proof you could have. I mean, that's just living facts right there. I mean, yeah, he bought himself a Rolls Royce, but he just paid his mama's house off. I don't know anybody else in this world when it comes down to a son. More things in their life is one thing. They want to make sure their mom never got to work a day in their life ever again. Pay their mom's house off. Pay their grandmama's house off if she is still alive or whatnot, and make sure their grandmother never got to touch any type of thing ever again, anything like that. Like that's been my goal ever since I started this thing. Matter of fact, it's been my goal ever since I was a little boy. That's how I ever wanted to do.
Man, it's deep. It's real deep. Thanks for your thoughts, man. Thanks for your thought. Anybody else before we get started? All right, cool. So, all right, so here, it's a couple things, man. When I saw that, I literally was just like, yo, I'm thinking way too small. And, I think everything is about your circle and the people you associate with. So I was talking to somebody who's in IML. Keep in mind, guys, he's a chairman 25. And he made a comment that the least amount of money that comes in his bank account is his chairman 25 check. And I'm just like, dang, like, whoa. The least amount of money that comes through his household is that $25,000 a month. And he's only been doing this a little over 3 years. That's it. So in 3 years, your life can drastically change, but we got to put in some work. We got to put in some work. So whatever your beliefs are, whatever your goals are, I want you guys to stretch yourself. And that's the purpose of this right here, because that right there got me out of the bed. And I was like, yo, I've been BSing, like for real. And now it's time to really step my game up. So I'm here for you guys and everything else. I just want to see you guys win, because it's nothing like, yeah, you can make the money yourself, but to be able to give back and help other people is what it's really all about for me, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. First of all, grab a pen, grab a notepad, make sure you guys take notes. Because you know what they say, note takers are what? Money makers, right? My man DL Woods said, it's not really. Note takers are just A students. If you don't apply the information, it doesn't really matter at all. So I'm gonna share my screen with you guys and go over some info that I think can be very, very valuable for everybody on here. And hopefully everybody can see my screen. Let me go ahead and move this out the way real quick. All right. These are questions that we have to ask ourselves, okay? Are your goals written down? So I know last week I asked a couple of people what their goals are, but my question to you are your goals written down, okay? It's one thing to just say them, it's another thing to actually write them down. All right, now, when you write them down, do you have, I'm so happy and grateful in front of it? I'm so happy and grateful now that I am this. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm able to buy off my mom's house. I'm so happy and grateful now that I don't have any more debt. Are they written like that? Because when you're happy and grateful for it, David Emuniti talks about this all the time. See, the thing about it is, whatever your vision, your goals are, they're in front of you. And the only thing between you know, you're present, and what's in front of you is just time. That's the only thing in front of blocking you, right? And if you take time out of that, you're already there. So you have to act like you're already there. And that's what that really means. Like, it's already done. It's already done, guys. Now, do you have a calendar? Do you have a planner? Okay. Do you have a calendar and a planner? Are you writing down everything that you do? You documenting your business? Are you documenting the individuals that you talk to on a daily basis if you're talking to people every single day, right? And then let's see here. Have you written out your list? Do you have a list? Like, how big is your list? So guys, we don't have a lot of people on there, and I want this to be interactive. So I'm just curious, like, how big is your list, guys? Unmute yourself. Let me know how big your list is.
A list of people that we reach out to, Ton, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, if you want to build the business, that's your inventory. How big is your list? And if you don't have a list, say I don't have one, like whatever it is. How big is your list?
I don't fully have all my list, but I know I wrote down 20 people that I reached out to already.
Okay, so you got a list of 20 so far.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Anybody else?
I gotta update mine, but I had 100 people on there.
100. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. All right, I see you. You serious about this thing? So you got a list of 100. Anybody else?
So far, I have 19.
19. Okay, that's a good start. Anybody else? We got 20. We got 19. We got 100. I don't have a list yet. Okay. Who's iPhone? Who's the iPhone? No iPhone. Somebody just said I don't have a list. Who's the iPhone? $62 on your list. Okay. Okay, Q. What's up, Q? So you don't have a list, and that's good. I mean, that's a good thing. You know, as far as like you being honest and saying that you don't have a list. So guys, you know, your inventory. How do you want to run your business if you don't have a list? So the first things first, you got to have your list, right? The second thing is, have you mastered inviting? Like, how do you guys invite for people to see this information? How do you guys invite people to see the information? Okay.
I need help with that.
All right, cool, perfect. Anybody else? Anybody else need help with that? Or how do you guys invite people to see the information? Because Corey, if you have a list of 100 people, what are you doing to invite those individuals? How are you inviting them?
Just reaching out to people, and like my list, man, it's 100 people, but I did that like back when I first started. Mm-hmm. So I went through the list. Mm-hmm. Well, at least half of the list. Some people, bunch of ring no answers. A bunch of people got on the calls and, you know, kind of ghosted on me. So it's been ups and downs, bro. But like when I'm reaching out to people, I'm simply just it's been like, hey man, I know of a way where you can multiply your money. If you can hop on a call, simply, you know, ask them if they want to hop on a call or whatever.
Okay.
And if they with it, they with it.
Action. All right, cool. Thanks for sharing, man. Thanks for sharing. Anybody else want to share? I thought somebody was unmuting, but okay, cool. So here's the deal, guys. Let me just kind of go back to D.L. Woods. He's been doing this for 3 years, a little over 3 years. It might even be close to 4 years, guys. He reached out to his 7th grade friend. 7th grade friend, guys. And his 7th grade friend signed up. And does anybody know who his 7th grade friend is? I know Dion knows. So Dion, just don't
Brandon Thompson.
There you go. Brandon Thompson. Brandon Thompson is a chairman 250. DL's only a chairman 25. So 250. He signed up his younger brother, who's the chairman 750. DL Woods has nothing but chairmans up under his legs. Man, it's just unbelievable. But guys, are you afraid to reach out to your 7th grade friend? Like, because the only thing holding you back is you. At the end of the day, the only thing holding us back is us. I'm included. So we just have to really just switch gears if we really want these results that we're searching for. So as far as the inviting, we got you covered on that. So check this out. First and foremost, I think everything starts with a GPS. Nowadays, before we go anywhere, we use a GPS, right? Now, if you don't have a GPS, if you just get in a car and you don't know where you're going, you're just going to be driving around lost. And if you don't have a target, you don't know where you're going, you're just lost. So when you go inside your back office over here under I Am Academy, this is kind of your rank report, right? So this right here, this is my mom's report. My mom doesn't even know she has a business, but her son has a business for her, right? So my mom right now is a P150. She has no clue. And it says over here, if you guys can see in the yellow, it says she has 1044 remaining. So I want to break these numbers down for you first and foremost. The ones on the left is your current rank. The one in the middle is the numbers that you need for the next rank. And then the one on the right is the rank report. That's your cheat sheet to show you how to get to the next rank. All right. So let me break this down for you real quick. So here's the thing. Right over here, 1044. Do me a favor and take that number and divide it by 150, and somebody let me know what that number is. So for my mom to hit P600, this is the number.
6.9.
6.9. Let's round it up. What's that? 7.
Right.
So my mom needs 7 people to hit what? P600. That makes sense? Cool. All right. So here it is. You take the number. She's a platinum 150. So whatever rank you are right now, if you go into your I Am Academy, it tells you how much you need as far as volume to hit the next rank. In this situation, 1044 divided by 150, boom, you're at 6.96, which is 7 people. All right. Now, how many people does it take in the next 30 days? Oh, how many people do you need in the next 30 days? Because I'm all about the next 30 days. How many people do you need in the next 30 days to hit the next rank? The number was 7. We got that already. Now, take that number and divide it by 30. That's the number of days in the month. That's how many people you need to get each day in order for you to close this out in the next 30 days. Okay? That's the number that my mom needs each day in order for her to close this out. So if you take 7 divided by 30, 0.23. So if you take that and divide it by 4, every 4 days, one person needs to come into her organization. So she doesn't have to do it every day, but every 4 days, she has to bring in one person or somebody on her team, bring in one person, and that's going to close it out by the end of the month. Does everybody understand that? If you do, put a 1 in the chat for me real quick. If you understand it, put a 1 in the chat. All right, Joni. Joni understands. Okay, perfect. Corey. All right, so cool. We can go to the next thing. So now, let me ask you guys this. What are your goals and how fast do you want to get there? We talked about this last week, right? A lot of you told us what your goals are. So here's the deal. In the next 30 days, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have impacted how many people. So if your goal is actually, my bad, that's Evan getting on. If your goal is to hit P600 in the next 30 days, I want you guys to write out in the next 30 days, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have impacted 30 people. I impacted 20 people. Does that make sense? If your goal is P600, how many people does it take to hit P600? 12. So I'm so happy and grateful now that I have impacted 12 people. Does that make sense to everybody? All right, good. Yes? Yes, everybody?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Y'all got to wake up a little bit, man. Y'all like,
Yes, sir.
I'm awake.
all right,
I'm
cool.
awake.
I just want to make sure y'all awake, man. All right, cool. So let's just share some goals. 30 days. Let's go down the line. 30 days. Where we at? Who's up?
I'm grateful to have impacted at least 8 lives.
8 lives. Perfect. Good job. Appreciate it, Joni. Who's next?
I'm so happy and grateful I have impacted 16 lives.
16 lives. All right, who's next?
I'm so happy and grateful that I've impacted 5 lives.
5 lives. All right, good, good. Who's next?
I am so happy and grateful that I have impacted 2 lives.
2 lives. Okay, perfect. Who's up? Who's next? It gets better when you say it. You got to say it, guys. We got to believe it. Okay?
I'm so happy and grateful I have impacted 2 people.
2 people. Perfect. Anybody else? All right, so do I got to call on everybody or what? What we doing over here? Tiff, come on, Tiff. Open up. Let's go.
Oh, within the next 30 days? I am so happy and grateful. I have impacted 4 people.
4 people. Cool. Good job. All right. Is that everybody? Who else is on here? Alex, did you say anything? Mercedes.
I was just about to.
Got you, girl. Let's get it.
I'm so happy and grateful. I have impacted 5 people.
5 people. Good job. Good job. All right. Who's next?
I'm so happy and grateful that I impacted 5 people.
Nice. Man, see, hey, you sounded like you were for real right there, Mercedes. I feel you.
Man, I'm so serious, bro.
I can hear it. Like, you can hear it. Like, here's the thing, guys. Let me just be real with y'all. Right now, I guess Bernita was like, it's Saturday. I lose track of days. I guess it's Saturday. So it's Saturday, right? Everybody's hiding. Like, you can hide on the Zoom. You can hide on the Zoom, but guys, you got to be able to feel it in here in order for it to work. You got to be able to feel it, right? So that's what it's about. It's about feeling. So 30 days, cool. So now after 30 comes what? Anybody know?
Dion said 10.
90. Okay.
Okay, 90 days, cool. So in 90 days, what we looking at? We headed to the beach? I don't know, but check it out. In the next 90 days, I'm so happy and grateful that I have impacted X amount of people, X amount of lives, X amount of families, okay? All right, so who's up next? 90 days. You're so happy and grateful now. What's your 90-day goal?
I'm so happy and grateful that I've impacted 18 lives.
18 lives. All right, good, good, good.
I'm so happy and grateful I've impacted 20 people.
20 people, good. Who's next? Let's go.
I'm so happy and grateful I've impacted 30 lives.
30 lives, cool, cool. Now here, keep this in mind, family. This is your whole organization, all right? Who's up next?
Dion wrote his, Ton.
All right, you say it because I can't see it.
Oh, you can't see it in the chat. All right, he said 30 people within the next 90 days.
The next 90 days. All right, good. Anybody else?
I'm so happy and grateful that I will have impacted 20 people in the next 90 days.
Right. Okay. Now. Okay. All right. You believe it? Do you believe that?
All day long.
All right. Good. Because I can feel it. All right. Who's up? Who's next?
I'm so happy and grateful I have impacted 30 people within the next 90 days.
30 people. I can feel it, man. I can feel it. Who's next?
30.
Who's next?
I am so happy and grateful that I have impacted 15 people.
15 people. Love it. Love it. Love it. Who's up? Who's up? Who's next up to plate? Who's getting in the batter's box? Okay. iPhone said, I'm so happy. Okay, my bad. That's cute. 12 lives in the next 90 days. Good. Good job. All right. So what comes after 90? So it's 30 days, 90 days. What's the next one?
I'm so grateful and happy to have impacted 40 lives in a year.
In a year. Cool. So let me ask you a question real quick. Anybody know what kind of car that is? No?
Bentley.
Bentley? Nah.
That's a Rolls Royce.
Rolls
Royce?
Okay, it could be. It could be. 1 year. That's anybody else?
Oh,
Maybach.
That's a Maybach. That's a Maybach.
I don't know what it is, man. It looked good though. I just took a picture of it online. Evans like, no, I got that one. I got that Maybach. But here's the deal, guys.
You need a driver for that one too, because I would only want to sit in the back seat.
Man, that joint looks so good. Okay, so think about this. What is your 90-day? What is your 1 year goal? A year from now, where do you want to be? What rank do you want to be at, guys? Let's dream for a second, because it's not a dream. Like, this is reality. Where you want to be in 1 year from now? Chairman 250. So guess what? How many people is it to get to Chairman 250? Anybody know? Anybody know? What's your goal? Does anybody know? What's your goal for the 1 year, for the next year?
My goal, I'm sorry, Ton, I'm not sure you're talking to me, but my goal for the next year was Chairman 10.
How many people is it to hit Chairman 10?
It is, I need 40 or 40 people.
To hit Chairman 10?
No, is it like 60 people? I don't remember. Wait, because
So
I have like 30.
Put it in your GPS. Put it in your GPS. See, if we don't have our GPS, we don't know, right?
All right, 500.
500.
500?
500
Yeah.
for Chairman 10 to make $10,000 a month.
But collectively, not just by yourself.
Correct. All right. So here's the thing, guys. Alex said she doesn't know the ranks. No problem. I'll show you the cheat sheet. So if your goal is to hit chairman, then you have impacted how many people?
500.
500. So guess what? That's what you want to say. That's what you want to say. Okay. So in the next 365 days, go ahead, Joni. You got it.
Yes. Okay. I just want to just share something that the light bulb went off for me, guys. And I know I shared this with Ton the other day, and I've just been so excited, just on cloud 9, that I feel like, I don't know how it's just all becoming so clear to me right now. This whole trading thing, the compounding, it's so freaking clear. Like, why haven't I just been doing my 8% and leaving? Because honestly, in a year, I see myself buying $1 million house. That's where I see myself. I proclaim it. I wrote it down. I thank God for it today. My daughter and I, yesterday, we have been on the line, online, grabbing pictures of ideas of houses, and we put it together, a presentation. We have ideas of what we want our house to look like. A 7,000 square foot with a pool house is beautiful. I'm gonna send it to you. But I've just been on cloud 9, and I've just been telling people, and I feel like in a year, because it all just makes so much sense. Like, the numbers are there. It's there. And I feel like the way I'm just now getting to see it, it's almost like that, you know, those perspective pictures that you can't really force people to see. They have to just see it for themselves. And I feel like once I actually start living that lifestyle, it's gonna come. All those people, they're gonna see, and they believe they're gonna come, you know? And I've just been slowly sharing this with people that that I kind of shared it with originally, with the regular Forex. It's there. It's there. I believe it. And it's so funny, Tom, that you showed that D.L. Woods was just paid off his mother's mortgage. That's just been my whole high this entire weekend. That's it. I tell you, I woke up this morning and I was just praising, just thanking God for this. It's like, this is the path. Here's the roadmap. I'm ready. I'm on it. And Tom and Tiffany, I want to thank you guys so much, because if you guys did not reach out to me, I don't know. I don't know what I probably would have still been stressing out. And yeah, I've known about this since last May, but again, it's just become so much clearer to me now. I printed off the compounding sheet and it's so easy. Matthew Thayer did it. Dale did it. Why can't we do it? I'm ready. I'm ready. That's it, y'all. I'm ready. I'm telling you, like my daughter will tell you. My daughter will tell you, and I was so passionate about it. She'll tell you I made plans to buy Troy's mother a house, and he's like, "You think they're gonna leave New York? They could stay in New York. I will buy them a house." My daughter said, "So what are we gonna do with this?" I said, we don't have to sell this house. Okay. And I told my friend last night, I said, keep me honest. Every single day, this is what I'm doing for 1 hour. Troy said, are you gonna quit are you still gonna be working with Comcast? I only really need Comcast for insurance. I said, by the time I'm living in my $1 million house, I'm gonna have I'll have a business. I'm gonna have everybody that work for me on a payroll. That's it. Okay. Listen, I want it all and I can have it all. I see a roadmap. I believe it. I'm ready to go after it. I already did 2 days. I got, I'm making it so easy. I put everything on a spreadsheet where it's just like, okay, well, I have to make sure that I only risk this amount because I don't want to risk too much. I only risk this amount to make sure I get there, but I'm ready, y'all. I'm ready.
Man, can you guys hear it in her voice? Like, she's serious.
Oh, I'm dead serious.
Serious.
I'm as serious as a heart attack.
That's what it has to be.
She's ready. She's ready.
She's ready. She's speaking it into existence, man. And man, guys, that's
love
man,
it.
Once this gets into, see, here's the thing: you join IM, but once IM gets into you, you start talking like that. You start talking like that. You start really believing it. And guess what? When people say no, you're like, all right, cool. Like, it's not a big deal. I still won't get my $1 million house. So, Joni, I appreciate you. Great job. Man, listen. So real quick, let me just show y'all what the numbers look like, right here. Here's the rank sheet. Okay. So, Alex, here's the numbers right here, guys. P600, you need 444. That's a total of 12. P1000, you need 30. P2000, you need what? 75. Okay. P5000, you need 225. If you want to be a chairman 10 at the end of the year, you need 500 people. So you have to know that in order to hit it. If you don't know it, there's no way you're going to hit it, right? Chairman 25 is basically 1,250 people. Okay. Chairman 50 is 2,500. Guys, it seems like a lot, but once this thing starts growing and multiplying, it's out of this world. Think about how many Facebook friends you have. Think about how many people are in your phone. Think about how many IG friends that you have. So, Alex, do you see that a cheat sheet on the screen?
Yes, I see it.
All right, cool. So, at the end of the year, where do you want to be when it comes to this? Or it might be you want to make X amount of money in the market. Whatever it is, let us know.
I mean, the market's a whole different story, but we're going to talk about this, and I'm going to say Chairman 10.
All right, so how do we break it down, though? I'm so happy and grateful now that what?
I am so happy and grateful that I am a Chairman 10.
Gotcha. And how many people have you impacted?
To be a Chairman 10, I have impacted 500 people.
There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Anybody else before we move on? Anybody else? Anybody ready?
You know what I'm just realized is that we've been putting these numbers up based on how many people we're going to bring in. But the reality is saying how I'm so happy and grateful I have impacted 500, 1,000, 2,500 people, because even if they fall on your team somewhere, they're still impacted, if that makes sense. Like, we're still all working together. It's not just Joni bringing in 500 herself. Does that make sense? Like, so I think, I don't know, I like how Alex just said she's impacted 500 people. It's not just 5 or 10, or does that make sense? It's bigger than that. It's like we're helping we're hitting the ranks and we're helping all those people. They fall underneath your umbrella. And by you getting better at your compound sheet and you getting better with inviting, you getting better, you know, belief in leadership, all that goes together, then you wind up impacting all these people, like whether you brought them in directly or they showed up on your, under your team. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. It does. It does.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Let's go. All right. So moving on. 365 days. All right. So now let's talk about who to invite. Right? Who should I invite to see this information? Okay.
Everyone.
So, everyone. But here's the deal. You want to actually invite, you want to break it down into 5 different categories, the amount of people that you invite to talk. The people that you invite. Number one category is somebody who is paying rent, somebody who owns a home, right? So when you write your list of 100 or write your list of whatever it is, you want to make sure that you put them in different categories, okay? Wow, why did it go away? Okay, here we go. Somebody who has kids, somebody who's married, okay? You want to break these people down. Do they have desire? Do they have influence, okay? And do they have a job, right? Do they have some money that they can actually get involved with this thing, okay? Now, and then over the age of 25, all right? Over the age of 25. These are the categories that you want to break this stuff down in, right? So now how are we going to break it down? When you guys reach out to people, you got to form them. What does form mean? Form is family. When you message people on social media, don't just say, hey, I need you to jump on this thing. I found a way for you to make money. Like you're throwing up on people. You have to form them. Ask questions. If you haven't talked to your 7th grade friend or your high school buddy or the person you went to college with or somebody you used to work with in a long time and you just said, hey man, I need you to jump on this Zoom. You can make money, but they're gonna be like, nah, I'm cool, man. You're selling them. You have to form people and you have to find a reason to show them the information. So what's worked for me is form, family. Every time I see somebody on IG, first thing I do, or Facebook for that matter, or if they make a comment on any of my pictures, on my story, I'm looking to see who it is, right? Whoever it is, I'm messaging them like, hey, how's your what? Family. Mercedes, how's your family? Okay? That's the first thing I do. Second thing is, man, how's the job? Has your job been affected by what? COVID. These are conversational pieces that you can have with individuals, all right? The second thing, recreation, like, man, so since we're locked down in the crib for the most part, what are you doing to get out? What are you doing for fun? What are you doing with your significant other? Ask questions, okay? And then find the message, find the money. In other words, they're gonna tell you why this could possibly be a good thing for them. Family, occupation, recreation, and money or message, okay? When you form somebody, you're looking for a problem. You're looking for a problem, all right? The last person I spoke with, they said they've been at their job for 20 plus years. I was like, man, that's dope, man. 20 plus years, man, you must love it. It's like, nah, it's just a way to make some money. I was like, well, what else do you do besides that? Like, what else do you do besides, you know, whatever it is that you're doing? He was like, man, that's it. That's all I do. I'm like, oh, you got all your eggs in one basket? He was like, yeah. I was like, do you do any investing? Nah, I always wanted to. By the way, guess what he asked me? What is that stuff you're doing online? I always see it, but they never comment. Let me give you guys a note. Let me give you guys something real quick. Has anybody been to a high school dance? If you've been to a high school dance, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. If you've been to a high school dance, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, cool. So at a high school dance, let's play this game real quick. Okay, so if we're at a high school dance, right? Bernita, if you're at a high school dance and somebody sees you across the room, let's say Evan notices you across the room. You're looking at him, he's looking at you. Nobody says anything. Nothing happens. That's how social media is, guys. These people are looking at our info You're not saying nothing. They're not saying nothing. Sometimes you got to be the person to walk up to the girl and ask her what? To dance.
Can I have this dance?
That's it. That's all you got to do. Post some stuff on your story and 20 people, they're not going to say, they're not going to be like, yo, what is that? But they keep looking at it. You got to ask them to dance. So you just say, hey, what you been up to? How's the what? What's the first thing you say?
How's your family?
How's the family?
Whoa, you guys are getting it. How's the family? Oh, family's good. You know, me and wifey, you know, we chilling. She's doing good. What's the next question?
What you been up to?
Work.
How's the job?
How's the job? Like, what do you do for a living? If you don't mind me asking, what do you do for a living again? You might know, but if you don't mind me asking, what do you do for a living again? Oh man, I'm a photographer. You know, man, it's crazy, man. This COVID is no joke, man. My business got shut down in March. Then what do you do? Let me pull it up.
You empathize.
Really?
Hear that?
Really? Well, yeah, exactly. I feel so sorry to hear that. I mean, so since this whole COVID thing been going on, what you been doing in your spare time since then?
Hey, hold up. Why didn't you go in for the sale right there?
Say again?
I said, why didn't you go in for the sale right there? Like you found the pain. Why didn't you just dive in?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you sure is
No.
right.
You're right. But why didn't you dive in? Is my question.
Oh, why didn't I dive? Oh, why didn't I dive in? Well, yeah, I don't want to just force it. Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't want to disregard. If anything, you don't want to disregard them just losing their job. You're like, oh, dang, you lost your job? Well, man, and do I have opportunity for you? Let me tell you something about this whole trading game.
Now you're selling. If you
exactly. Now you're selling. So basically, you just be like, dang, man, you lost your job? Shoot, man, that sucks. Yeah, I can feel your pain on that one. So what you been doing in your spare time then since since everything been going on? And then boom, from there, they just should be able to tell you what's been going on. And then from there, ask them, hey, just be like, hey, well, shoot, how would you ask how
think about this, if I would you. Would you?
Tiffany did a great job with that last night, Con, on my three-way. She
killed it, right?
She listened. She asked questions after the young lady gave her pain point. And then she asked her a few more questions. And then she gave her an opportunity to vent. The young lady vented. And then Tiffany came in at a soft sale. She did. And then she painted the picture to show her how she can take the problem that she has and create a solution with the product and the opportunity that we have to present to her.
And that, my friend, is how it goes down. But first, Bernita.
But first, let me, Tana, I want to interject because I was actually going to give her a shout out.
Yeah.
No, Bernita, I was going to give Bernita a shout out because the young lady she had on the phone with me for the three-way call. First of all, she put me on the phone for a three-way, so kudos. But her introduction was really great. And her introduction included that her husband was recently furloughed and now she's working 2 jobs. So the only way Bernita would have known that is if she asked those questions on the forefront. So then now I know when I'm trying to share with her a solution, we can attack that problem. And so the reason why form is so important is because it allows you to listen for the problem. Like people tell us all the time, listen, but what am I listening for? I'm not just listening for the heck of it. I'm listening for the problem so I can connect what we have for the solution. And it's crazy because on that call, the young lady had mentioned how she had been doing Bitcoin, but since she'd done it herself, she had been losing. And so even though all of us do HFX, that may not be for her right now. She might just need to jump into DCX and work on that and then get HFX later. So it's like, listen, this is the problem. Let's solve it together. But the fact that Bernita formed her on the front end just made the whole process so much smoother. And this young lady feels like, man, like I really got solution to my real problem. Like that's a real problem. Your husband is furloughed and you're working your butt off 2 jobs now. So kudos to her. I really wanted to give her a shout out. She beat me to it. And so thank you for that, for sure.
You are the great closer, Tiffany. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was wonderful.
So Bernita, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
What if we can show you a way to close people just like Tiffany? Would you be interested in that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's it. So here's the thing, guys. If I would you, that's what I just asked her. When you feel a pain with somebody, don't rush right in, fellas. Don't rush in, right? Women, whoever, don't rush in. Family, occupation, recreation, and money. And then ask them that question. Hey, if I would you? I asked a friend of mine, man, you trading in Bitcoin? Yeah, bro, but man, I'm really not making no money in it. I was like, okay. I formed him. I said, hey, man, if I could show you a way to follow a millionaire and he gave you tips on when to purchase Bitcoin and to trade it, would you be open to take a look at some information that can definitely change your life? What do you think he said? Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
That's it. When you got time around 9 o'clock, when you gonna have like 15 minutes or so? Because I want you to get VIP access to something that I'm doing.
Ton, could you write that down exactly like you just said that? If I could, and just write that down so I can have it, please.
It's if I could, I just made that up. I don't even know what I said.
Jesus. Anybody got it?
So Joni, so the reason why it looks like that is like if I ... because you just repeat what they said. So it's like, man, I'm not working right now. I need extra money. If I could show you a way to give you the extra money that will replace that job, would you take a look at my opportunity? That's basically.
Yep, that's perfect. I just need something, so it could be consistent. But that's exactly what I'm looking for.
You know what else was good last night, Tiffany? Is when you had her make it realistic. You made her give you a number. You said, how much money do you need to make per month in order to make your living? She said, I need X amount. So it became tangible at that point.
That's what we're going to teach everybody how to do tonight, guys. We're going to teach.
Break it down.
Listen, we're going to teach everybody how to do that close tonight. That's what it's really all about. So guys, check it out.
So let me just admit something really quickly for Bernita. Like, guys, I am like Joni. I need not really necessarily a script, but I need to have things in front of me, and I need to do the same thing over and over and over again. I don't like to think on my feet. And so, Ton, we're going to show you what I used to help close that person in a way that was comfortable for her, and she could make it, like, she can know that she can hit her goals with this. So I can't wait for Ton to show you that part. So just give us a few more minutes, and then it's going to show up. And Bernita, yeah, you might not think I'm so awesome anymore, but.
Oh, Bernita, let me ask you a question.
Awesome.
Oh, she's amazing. Bernita, let me ask you a question real quick. You told me you had somebody to talk to at 7 o'clock. Was it 7? I can't remember what time it was. 7?
Right, it was 7 o'clock.
And then think about this for a second. You asked me, was I available, right? What did I respond to? What did I say back to you? I said, hey, do you mind if I said, do you want me or Tiffany? You remember that?
Right, I do. And
then you was like, it doesn't matter. And then what did I do? I gave you Tiffany's number.
Right, and you gave me some bullet points
for her for you to say about her.
Right? Tiffany, absolutely.
To edify her. But watch this. Here's the deal. Pay attention to this real quick, guys. I took myself out of the equation because you were talking to a female. So my thing is, I might be too aggressive for this female. But I know Tiffany with the soft voice, with, you know what I mean? She can say the same thing that I say, it's going to come out totally different.
Right.
So I said, hey, and that's the beautiful thing about having people on your team. Guys, use us, please. Put us to work. Put us to work. We want you to be successful. So here's the thing. If you get good at inviting people to see the information, and edifying somebody else and getting out of the way, you could be able to pay off your mom's house.
That's right.
You don't, that's all you have to focus on. Inviting people to see the movie, giving them to somebody else. So that's the PS3 system. PS3 stands for piquing somebody's interest, showing the plan, right? Let me go here. Pique somebody's interest. How do you pique somebody's interest? Ask them to dance. That's it. Show the plan. You can do video or you can do Zoom. You don't have to do both, guys. Here's the thing. James isn't on here. Eben signed up a guy by the name of James. Watch this. I told James about this concept 2 years ago. James is too cool. Now I'm good. I've tried that before. All right. No problem. Eben sees the information, doesn't make a decision right away. He talks to his best friend, one of his homeboys. I don't know if they're best friends, but they're really good friends. Hey, man, this thing is dope. I'm thinking about doing this. He's like, bro, you know Ton does that. He says, what? Eben joins. James signs up under Eben. So Eben gets in here and literally has somebody that wanted to see the information. He sent him the Matty Pips video. And I said, now the next step, bro, is to do a 3-way. You piqued his interest, you showed him the plan, step out of the way. He's like, cool. He set up the appointment. I talked to the gentleman. We went over our little script that I'm getting ready to show you. He's signing up today. Eben, congratulations to the growth of your team. Guys, if we use this system, we all can win. PS3, pique the interest, show the plan. If you send somebody the video, you can text anybody in the group. This is what I want to see in the chat. After this call, if you put somebody on the 15-minute video, put it on there like, yo, I got somebody on the video. Is anybody able to do a 3-way call? Watch this. Everybody's going to be so dope at this because it's a script. It's a system that you follow. Third-party validation. Why do we do third-party validation? Does anybody want to tell me why it's so important to take it away from you and to put it on somebody else? Anybody?
Because when it's someone else, it makes it a whole lot more believable. It's not like I influenced you to say such and such thing. Someone else that they don't know sat here and like talked to them and was like, hey, this is actually real. This actually works. Like, it's not, oh, something your friend's trying to scheme you into or anything like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody else to add on to that?
And
besides Tiffany. Sorry. No. Anybody
Can I
else?
add to what I just said?
Yeah, I'm gonna add to it. Anybody else? There's a couple other things too. There's another reason why. Anybody know?
Well, for one, you probably don't know much. Well, I won't say much, but you just don't know enough to be able to answer whatever questions they have for them. But then you get somebody else who's been in the game for like, a couple years or a couple of, I wouldn't say a couple of months, but about, 6 months to about a year or whatnot. Someone who's actually gotten their feet wet, been in the trenches with it and knows the ins and outs of it. That's who you probably want to go ahead and do this third-party validation with.
Okay. So that's good. That's good. Anybody else? Nope. Eben, come on, man. You the man, Mr. P600, P1000 loaded. Talk to me, bro.
Well, it kind of adds value when you bring somebody else into the equation. Like I knew you, and I was excited about it. So I was there for it, but it just so worked out that when someone else came in, it kind of edified the entire process and the whole situation. It comes across differently when someone else, can give you the information that you need, and so it had been the same thing if I had talked to you and James had been Ton Henderson. You know what I mean? It adds a different type of value and a different type of edification for the entire process.
Absolutely. So Tiff, you want to add to that? You were going to say something earlier?
I think everything that everybody said is exactly right. And then one more thing, it helps your other person realize that they don't have to know everything before they like if how I had it in my head, but basically, Ton, you elaborate, but your person doesn't feel like they have to do the same thing. So if you answer all of their questions and you give them, you know, partial truths because you're brand new, that person, when they come in, they're going to think, oh, I need to be able to answer these questions before I show someone else. And so if you get your new person on the phone with someone else, that new person subconsciously is thinking, oh, all they did was introduce that person to me, and that's all I have to do for someone new.
Yep, absolutely. Psychologically, they're analyzing everything that's going on. Man, my friend put me on a video. He had somebody else answer all the questions. I can do that. Psychologically, they're walking themselves through the process. So if you explain everything to them, and Darius said he said it, yeah, you want to get somebody experience, but here's the thing, guys, I still do 3 ways. Even though I can answer all their questions, I get them on the phone with somebody else. Why? Because I don't want them to think that it's basically about me, because whatever you do, the new person's gonna do. If you answer all their questions and they join, when they go to sign up somebody, guess what? They're gonna try to answer all their questions and make them join. Okay? So here's the thing I want you also to think about. Mercedes, are you there? Mercedes, you there? Can you unmute yourself for a sec? Excuse me. Alex, let's play a game. You ready?
Sorry, I just stopped driving.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. If you're driving, don't sweat it. You good?
Okay. Well, I'm parking right now, so call me now.
All right, so let's do this. So Alex or Bernita, you're there, right?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Who said that, Bernita?
Yes.
All right, so Bernita, let's play a game real quick. Let's say me and you are real cool and you want to hook me up with Tiffany, right?
Okay.
Me and you are cool. We've been cool for years. You want to hook me up with Tiffany. What are some things? Give me 2 or 3 things you would say to Tiffany to kind of edify me, if that makes sense.
I would say, oh my God, Tiffany, I really want you to meet my friend Ton. Ton is an incredibly handsome man. He is very intelligent and he runs his own photography business. So, and you love photography, so that would be very compatible. I really want you to meet Ton, Tiff.
Now watch this. Watch this. What if great job, by the way. So check this out.
Thanks.
Think about the dance, the high school dance. Tiffany's across the room. I'm across the room. I walk up to Tiffany and then I say, yeah, you know, I know I look good. I know I'm handsome. I got my own business. You need to get with me. How does that sound?
Oh, no.
So peep it though. But somebody else said the same thing and it sounds way better.
Right.
That's why you do third-party validation, guys.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Eben.
Yes, it makes a lot of sense. And that was a fantastic analogy because, you know, sometimes, you know, it's better to let someone else toot your horn, you know, because it comes across as validation. It's stamped. You know, if I tell you I'm top dog, you're not gonna believe it. But if somebody else comes across and says to you, I know top dog.
That's it, guys. If you get good, you got to give people a reason to listen to you. So if I call a 3-way and I'm like, hey, Ed, you know, I got my man Herb. I got my man Herb on the line. Hey, Herb, here's Ed. Like I've had a 3-way like that. Like, this is my boy Ton, tell him. Like, what?
It doesn't make the other person like sit here and see any value in the person that's about to speak. Like, okay, why do I gotta like sit here and listen to
there
this?
You go. But you can edify anybody on here, guys. Everybody on here has had a win. I can say, hey, listen, I'm going to introduce you to my buddy in Alaska. This dude's a sharp guy. He's always showing up no matter what. And no matter the time of day, he shows up on time. He pays attention. And this dude is in the military. He's serving our country, and he's in Alaska. You got to hear his story, because every time he trades, he's winning. And he's only been doing this for a couple of months. So Darius, this is my friend Joe. Joe, this is my man Darius. Boom. That's all you got to do, guys, is say 3 things nice about the person that you're edifying, and say 2 things or 1 thing nice about the person you're showing. Don't edify the person you're showing more than the person you want to edify. Don't give too many kudos to the person you're showing without giving more kudos to the person that's going to edification. All right? You want to big them up. And then the key thing is, once you edify them,
You're on mute.
Exactly. That's what you got to do. Once you edify them, you mute. You don't say nothing else.
It's like you standing
there.
Wait,
did you just mute yourself to make a point?
Yes.
It's almost like Bernita standing there.
I'm over here thinking something's wrong. He didn't actually
yelling at the screen. You're not mute. You're muted.
That's it. Once you edify, once you say, hey, this is my friend such and such, you need to hear his story.
We got it solved.
If you can do that, because here's the thing, if you edify somebody and be like, oh, Tom, tell them about this. Oh, Tom, tell them about the HFX and how you can do this. It's like, you bringing me down, bro. Have that conversation after we get off the phone. Let me do my job, and then you guys can have a real conversation later. But when you edify somebody, yeah, go ahead.
In addition to that, when you edify, like the part that you talked about is perfect. But when you edify your friend, I think everybody needs to do it like Bernita did. Like, talk about how you know the person and what was their pain point. Like, when they looked at it, this is what they're thinking, whatever. Like, they really liked it, something like that. I think that's so helpful. Like, when you formed them and they got it on the video, and they probably already told you what they like best anyway. When you get them on a 3-way call, like the fact that she gave me that information, it was just like, it was so easy.
Man, listen, every time I talk to Eb and we show somebody, first question I ask them is, tell me a little bit about them. What do they do? Like, what? Tell me something, because I can grow off of that. You know, you got to build a common interest with individuals. So guys, hopefully you guys are getting some value. Let me go. I don't want this to be too long, but let me keep going, guys. So here's the thing. Here it is right here. Y'all, if y'all going to screenshot something, you need to screenshot this. So I'm going to let you guys know real quick. I'm a big time student. Like, I love being a student. I hated it when I was in high school and college, but I love it now, because Eric Ward, he has closing questions that you ask people. Closing questions that you ask people. So let me just back up. A couple years ago, I was using this. Tiffany found it, and I've used a couple. And then recently, I was like, yo, this is what everybody needs to do. First question you ask somebody is this. What did you like best? Benita, let me ask you a question. You said something the other day. You was like, yeah, I'm going to call the person and ask them what did they what?
What did they like about the what they saw? Oh, what did they like about the live? Because they were on
you didn't say that. You said you was going to ask them something else. You didn't say what did you like best. You said you were going to tell them what, or ask them what.
What did they think?
There you go. There you go.
What did they think?
There
yes.
you go. That's what you do. I don't care what people think, guys. We got something that can help people change their life forever. I don't care what you think, but I do want to know what you like best, right? It's a completely different answer. You're going to get a completely different answer. So the question invites people to think positive when you ask them, what did you like best? What did you think is something different, but what did you like best is totally different. And it also gives them a clue of you get a clue of their interest. Does that make sense? If they really like what they saw, then you're going to guide them into a particular way. So I want you guys to get good at the first question. What's the first question? What did you like best? That makes sense? whatever they say they like the best, you say the same thing. Simon says, Tiffany, so what did you like best?
I like the trading.
Man, when I first saw this, Tiffany, I liked the trading too. Evan, what did you like best? Unmute yourself.
I think I like the fact that you could trade, but you could also, well, I like the fact that you could trade, but you can also bring people in and, you know, kind of expedite revenue and build a team and, you know, make money off of the fact that your team is growing.
Man, listen, Evan, when I first saw this information, I like the fact that you can trade and I can help other people as well, bro. Bernita, what did you like best?
I think I enjoyed the live active trading, really.
Man, you know what, Bernita, that's my favorite part. I love the live. I love that part. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, I love that.
Joni, what did you think?
Oh my God, I did not know they actually teach you how to really trade.
So what did I say differently, guys?
What did you think?
There
okay,
you go.
Sorry.
No. I wanted to see if anybody caught it.
I caught it.
There you go. What did you like best? Cool. So guys, you guys got that, right? Anybody can do that. What did you like best? Now here's the second thing. Bernita gonna be like, man, this sounds familiar. On a scale of 1 to 10. Look, Tiffany was she was talking to your girl. She's looking just like this.
That's my secret.
That's your secret sauce, too.
That's my secret sauce.
We're giving y'all the secret sauce, guys. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being that you're not interested at all, and 10 being that you're ready to get started, where do you see yourself right now?
Loved it. She said an 8.
She said an 8. And then what did Tiffany say? What do I need to do to get you to a 9 or a 10?
That's right.
Listen. So my boy today said he was a 10. Guess I was like, man, perfect. So what we're going to do now is we're going to send you the link. We're going to go ahead and get you started. There ain't nothing else to say. So whatever
so basically they're closing themselves.
Hello.
They're closing themselves.
Hello. Anybody want to play with, anybody want to try this out?
You know what's crazy about this, Ton? Yeah. Like anybody can do this if they just follow along the steps. So we can, like if Ton and myself aren't available, Bernita can do this for Corey. Corey can do this for Alex. You know what I mean? Like as long as you are edifying people, you just need somebody else who has had any type of success in this. It doesn't matter.
What if somebody says they're at a 2? If somebody's at a 2, guess what? That's still not a 1. If somebody says they're a 2, perfect. What do I need to do to get you to a 5 or a 7? Okay? A 2 still indicates that they're interested. It might not be what you want, but that's just their reality, right? Reality, okay? So you got to ask them, what is it going to take for me to get you to a higher number? And they're going to say, man, well, I didn't really understand this part. Okay, cool. Answer that part and then hit the mute button. Okay? They're going to, whatever they tell you, you're going to be able to identify how they really feel about the information. So after you ask them, what did you like best? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being as though you're ready to get started with us, 1 being that you're not interested, where do you see yourself right now? Cool. Next question is this. I don't know if this sounds or looks familiar, Bernita. How much money do you need to make on a monthly basis in order for this to be worth your time? How much money do you need to make on a monthly basis in order for this to be worth your time? Listen. So your girl said what? 2 to 5,000 or something?
Right. Yeah, she said 2 to 5, 3 to 5.
3 to 5. What if they say 10 grand? Cool.
That's still possible. Yeah. Absolutely.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible. But here's the thing. They're interested, and they're basically they're going down the path themselves, right? So whatever number they say, how much money they need to make a mental note of that, write it down. Like I write stuff down. And then I'm gonna put it in the phone next to their name. This person wanna make $600 a month. They're ready to get started on this day, right? So now.
I was writing it down.
Exactly. So listen, basically, whatever they say as far as how much money, based off of what you've seen, this is what this guy says. If you were to get started with this company today on a part-time basis, how much money do you need to make in order for this to be worth your time? And then be quiet, right? They're going to tell you whatever number that is, say, cool. Approximately, I don't know if you remember this, approximately how many hours could you commit per week to develop that type of income?
Yes, go Tiffany. This was great.
Son, is this being recorded?
I remember.
Yeah, I got you. It's being recorded. So guys, here's the thing. They know how much you know how much money they want to make. How many hours can you put in? So here's the thing. My cousin said, yo, I want to make, I can't remember what it was, $3 grand, $4 grand, $5 grand. I was like, cool. How many hours are you willing to put in per week in order to do so? 3. I said, 3 hours a week? 5,000? So here's the thing that you want to do. If somebody gives you a high number, but low activity as far as hours, you say, hey, this is possible for you to make 5,000, but we got to raise your number of hours. Something has to give, right? You either got to raise your time or we got to lower the amount. Which one do you want to adjust? Does that make sense, guys? If you like it?
Yes, sir.
Now, here's the next question. Check this out, Bernita. How many months? So now the question is, how many months would you work those type of hours in order for you to develop that type of money? How many months are you willing to put into this in 20 hours a week to make $2,000 a month? How many months are you willing to put into that for you to hit that? If they say, I want to do it in my first month or I'm quitting, I'm like, we got to adjust something. Like you can hit the 2,000 with your 20 hours a week, but the very beginning, you're going to be learning. So can you at least give it 6 months? Paint the vision for them.
Right. Give them a realistic outlook.
That's it. Paint the vision for them. So now you know their goals as soon as they sign up. This is lovely, right? Now, here's the thing, Joni, check it out. If I, would you? Here's the close. Joni, if I can show you how to make $2,000 a month, working part-time on a part-time basis, 10 to 15 hours a week, and I can show you that you'll be able to do it in the next 6 months. If I can show you how to do that, are you ready to get started today? So I can show you how to make this money, period.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean,
so now,
how much? Yeah.
So now Bernita's going to send you the link. We're going to go ahead and get you started. You're going to have a success partner, and we do this as a family. So you're not by yourself. So I know that your goal is to make $2,000. We got a game plan for you, 15 hours a week. And if you show up for 15 hours a week, I'm definitely certain you'll be able to do that before the next 6 months. How does that sound? Sounds great?
That sounds great. That
Perfect.
Sounds great.
Joni, welcome to the family.
Oh my God, thank you.
That's it. So screenshot this, guys. And I want you guys to practice this, because if you get good at this, game's over. You can close anybody. And it's not even closing, it's really just talking to them and figuring out what they want. All right? So next phase, let's keep moving. Here's the key, guys. That's about closing. Let's find out what your ratio is. Here's the reality, guys. If you invite 5 people to see this and none of these people get on the call, we got to adjust some things. If you invite 5 people and all of them are no before they even get on the call, you got to call your success partner to help you. because you're not saying something right. So either A, we will do the inviting for you, or B, we will tweak how you're inviting. What I don't want you to do is go through, I had a guy who joined in the summer, and this second day in the business, he signed up his best friend the first day. I was like, oh, this dude's going to be a beast. First day, he scored in 24, guys. I was excited. The next day, I called him. He said, bro, I didn't call 30 people. And I was like, by yourself? Like, whoa, for real? He went through 30 people and did it the wrong way. He did not do PS3. He did PS Me. He did PSU. That's Penn State University. I'm like, bro, it's PS3. You went through 30 people the wrong way. You asked 30 girls, you walked up to 30 girls like, hey, I know I'm handsome. What's up? They like, huh? They turned you down. You might get lucky, you know, you get one, but at the end of the day, let's increase that ratio. All right? Now, here's the thing. How many people out of 10 have you successfully shown this information by using the PS3 formula? Okay? How many people out of 10 did you show this information to? You prospect, you piqued their interest, you showed them the plan, you got somebody else to answer their questions or to introduce them. How many people have you done that? If it was 10 people, how many people have you actually successfully shown this information to out of 10? That's one thing you want to ask yourself, okay? Another thing that I always do too that's not on here is I do this with Eb all the time. Every time I talk to somebody, or even before I talk to them, if we have an appointment, I tell them, yo, bro, let's do a group text. Edify me in the group text. And then he can say it, I can say, hey man, how's it going, bro? Can't wait to meet you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Look, I heard a lot of good things about you. That's it, okay? Also, you want to check out of 10 people that you've shown the information to correctly, how many people got started. You got to know your ratio. I think Bernita talked about this a while ago. You have to know your ratio, right? So if you're a beginner, most people only get 1 out of 10. That means in order to hit P150, you need 3 people, so you got to talk to 30. If you're a beginner, 1 out of 10 will get you in the game. So if I'm brand new, I can get you to P150. You got to write a list, and we got to talk to 30 people ASAP. Now, what if you're intermediate? 2 out of 10. You talk to 2 people, you get 10. I'm sorry, you talk to 10 people, you get 2. Yo, you're doing pretty good. That means you only have to talk to 20 folks. See, a lot of people on here like, yeah, I got my list of 20. That's only going to get you to P150. If you're trying to hit chairman, we got to write a big list. So peep it. 3 out of 10 means you're on a different level. If you can close 3 out of 10, you're advanced. If you can close 3 out of 10, you're advanced, guys. And if you can close 3 out of 10, you can be a millionaire. Because I don't know about you, but check this out. The ratio only counts if they've gone through the PS3 process. So if you piqued their interest, you showed them a video, and you answered their questions, that don't count. Okay? Here's the thing. Whatever you track will grow. So you want to keep track of your process. Now, before I do that, there was something that skipped. Hold tight. Oh, no, it's right there. All right, cool. Here we go. Check this out. Anybody know about baseball? Baseball players. You know, baseball players in modern times, average, a season batting average of 300 or higher is excellent. That means they get up to plate 10 times, they strike out 7, millionaire, multi-millionaire. Guys, think about that for a second. If you can become really, really good and get 3 out of 10 people that you talk to, you can get paid like a baseball player. Like, that's real. Millionaires. Guys, do you know there's no baseball players that are higher than 4? I mean, a percentage of 400? Their batting average is not .400. It's unheard of. They get up to plate. There's not one person that I know of that gets up to plate 10 times and he hits the ball 4 times. It's unheard of. But if you do that, you'll be exceptional. Guys, it's the numbers game. So don't get discouraged about that person who says no. Guess what? They're just 1 out of 10. You're just looking for 7 people to tell you no, and then boom. That's it. Kayla's jumping on now. Tiff, can you let him in? So guys, here, I don't know if y'all know, but you know what the formula is to hit P1000? Anybody know the formula to hit P1000? Does anybody know what it takes to hit P1000?
I do, I believe.
Talk to me, bro.
I think you have to get between 12 and 15 personal, and then 3 people on your team are P150s.
All right, so we heard some background noise. So do me a favor, say that again.
So I believe the formula is for you to have 12 to 15 personals and then have at least 3 people on your team achieve P150.
Okay, that's it. Let me see something here. I thought I had it on this joint. But yeah, the ratio is real simple, guys. If you want to hit chairman, here's the blueprint. All you have to do is recruit 12 to 15 people yourself. And once you do that, you have to identify 3 to 4 people that want to go P150. If you do that, you'll be a Platinum 1000. 12 to 15 people that you personally brought in, identify 3 to 4 of them to hit P150. So when I talk to Evan, that's all we talk about. I'm like, bro, how many personals do you have? He's like, I'm here. I'm like, how many do you need left? He's like, this is it. Cool. That's what we need to focus on. And then once you get that, you have anybody on your team that you think you can help hit P150, show 3 people how to do it and you'll be a P1000. And then once you do that, you just have to show 7 other people how to do the same exact thing and you'll be a chairman. So here's what we're going to do, guys. This is it. We're coming around third base. Check this out. This is going to be our GPS. This is going to be our GPS. All right? So whatever you track, it grows. Because here's the thing. When people tell me, oh, man, ain't nobody joining, next thing I'm going to say is, let me see your GPS. Here's your tracking sheet. You put your name on here. You put the week ending, number of customers that you need to hit P150, your total points for the week. So if you're part-time, you need 30 to 50 points a week. If you're full-time, you need 500 to 200 points a week. If you want to hit Platinum 2000 in 90 days, you got to hit 100 and 150 points a week. If you want to go Platinum 2000 in 6 months, you got to do 50 to 100 points in a week. If you want to hit Platinum 2000 in a year, 25 to 50 points a week. That's it. How do we get points? If you personally pique somebody's interest, right? You get 2 points. If you invite them to a BOM, business opportunity meeting, a Zoom, a presentation, you get 5 points. They got to show up, right? If a guest comes, basically you get 10. So yeah, if you have a guest at a meeting, boom, you get that, right? Now, personal PBR Zoom. So basically a Zoom. If you get them on a Zoom, you get 10 points. So if you have a guest that joins the Zoom, you get 10 points. Somebody on your team. I know Evan signed up Bernita. If Bernita gets somebody on, boom, you get 10 points as well. Okay? Now, here's the thing. If your team, if you have 10 or more guests on at a meeting, in other words, let's say you get 10 people to get on Zoom as your entire team, then boom, you get 20 points. If you get a personal sale, you get 10 points. If the new team member enrolls a new customer, 10 points. If you get 2 and free for the first 2 weeks, you get another 10 points. Anybody going to the event in Vegas, or not in Vegas, excuse me, in Dallas, 20 points. You coming to the one in Atlanta, 20 points. If you communicate with your mentor, 15 points. And if you sell or sponsor 10 people for that week, you get 100 points. Any questions on this sheet?
Nope.
Kind of cut and dry, right? Mm-hmm. What I want you guys to do is think about your why when you're getting this done. Think about why you're doing this. Joni, you got a big why. You trying to buy a new house. You trying to get better things for you and your family, your daughter. So here's the thing, guys. What's easy to do is easy not to do. What's easy to do is easy not to do. So guys, I want you guys to do this. If you're serious about this, we'll get you a copy of it. You send a copy to your nearest P1000 every Sunday before 10. And we can track this to see if you're on track, to see if you have this GPS. That's it. If you are serious about taking your business to the next level, it's time to get uncomfortable. This is uncomfortable because now we got to track it. Now the numbers don't lie, but we know where we can improve on if we're tracking it. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am a chairman such and such by this date. Okay, so that's it. You know, at the end of the day, I'm going to run with the runners. I'm going to jog with the joggers, and I'm going to walk with the walkers. And my goal is to transition people from walking into jogging, from jogging into running. And that's it, guys. It's time for us to turn this up, because what DL did this Friday that I just looked at, bro, I've been thinking way too small, because this thing is big. It's way bigger than making $10, $20, $100 a night. This thing is life-changing. I'm talking about multi-millionaire status. And that's where we're headed. And we just looking for people to try to run with us. So guys, that is it for tonight. You know, thanks for jumping on here, being on time, showing up, participating. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. It's Saturday, 10:40. Man, I love the interaction. I love everything about it. If you got value out of this, make sure you throw it in the chat. As far as the call, make sure everybody's connected on social media. Let's do this thing together, guys. This is a family, and we're all here to win. We are all here to win. So Tiffany, you have us queued up. You looking for it? So guys, any questions or comments about the information that you saw today? Any questions, comments about it?
I think it's great. You already know what I was gonna say. If we can get that slide with your comments as far as like how to say certain things as an example, I would like that. I'm not as good with words like you and Tiff, so I have to say that I know what I'm great at and what I'm not great at.